Bingo. As if by magic, there I am. How does all that work? So, confirmation already happened. Is that anything? For those that are wondering where I am, here I am. I am. It's your holiday season in America, so I just want to wish you happy Thanksgiving, and I mean that, happy Thanksgiving. Whilst I'm aware of why, um, I don't fully understand if, like, from now till Christmas, like the holiday, you call it the holiday, whatever. Hey, who's that? Captain Kidd, how you doing? Happy holidays. Just what I was saying. So you say happy holidays, so I'm not sure if it's happy Thanksgiving because it goes from now till probably the new year. Um, I don't know, but um, I wish you, well, every happiness. But I know that the way things are, it's not going to be great for everybody. But for those that can, make the effort and have a good holiday, have a great holiday. And I'm still, unsure as to how it's a holiday. Um, like, do you have weeks and weeks off work, or is it just I don't know. Don't know how it works. I know, like, we probably get, if you're lucky, a week off at Christmas, but it is what it is. So there's a load of stuff going on around the world, and there are many people making those things happen. Um, and when I say that, that's both ways: good things happening and bad things happening all around the world. And I go back to Forrest saying, "Can't we all just get along?" And it doesn't seem to be that that is the case. And whilst I don't like anybody suffering, some people bring it on themselves, and that's crazy. But it is what it is. I spent a lot of years now wondering what if, lots of what ifs. Um, but at the end of the day, we all live on this planet, and I know it sounds a bad thing, but the crimes against humanity that have been committed can't go unpunished. And I hear people talking of you have to be forgiveful, you have to do this, and you have to do that. No, you don't. No, you don't. There's So the universal law, not universal law, however this works. This is a school, Earth is a school, and we're here to learn. But we've been taught all the wrong things. And it's difficult to learn how to live correctly. Correctly. How to live correctly when you're given the wrong information. And given the wrong information so other people can have, a great life. So Earth is a school we need to learn. We don't need to learn. We're here to learn because we chose to come here to learn. excuse me, and that every person's walk of life is going to be different. And it's not about being a saint, it's not about being a sinner, it's about having your best life, having the ability to have your best life. And people all around the world, not just people that, I'm talking to, but like they're asking for help. And we have everything that we need within us. And I know you need it. I know you need help. But in some instances, the situation you're in is your own doing. And that doesn't mean to say that you can't get yourself out of it. You just can't get yourself out of it by doing the things that got you into it. If you keep doing the same things that you did to get you into the problem you're in, your problem is just going to get worse. So there's only one way in, Forrest said. And that would be in the good books, say. There's only one way to get in the good books, and that's to do good things. And it's, as Forrest said, it's simple. If, I know it won't happen, but if everybody in the world prayed, or imagined, let's say imagined, because that's more impactful, I don't know, impactful. Probably same thing, let's say prayer and imagination, same thing. Still asking in one way, shape, or form. If everybody imagined that everyone in the world had everything that they needed, then you would be sure to get what you wanted. Because everybody imagining the same thing, it's more likely to happen. Which means it doesn't matter what it is that you need, somebody's already prayed for you or imagined for you to have that. Remember, you reap what you sow. If you are asking Mother, Father, Universe, Source, however you want to see it, if you are asking, putting it out there, whatever you reap, so you will sow. If you're putting out there that you want everybody to have everything that they need, and everybody else is doing the same thing, you are 100% going to get what you need. Not just asking for yourself, asking for everyone. See, and there is no limit to the imagination. So giving somebody what they need could be endless. Or it could be just a few things. Or you could go further and say everything that they want. But the downfall with that is getting what you want doesn't guarantee you anything. Only that you got what you want, and that may be detrimental to you. But if you are asking Father, Universe, Source, whatever, if you are trying to ask for negative things, then negative things are going to come back to you. And according to the law, whatever it is, however it is, I don't really care. It comes back tenfold. Whoever says these things, I don't know, I wasn't there. Or I might have been there, but I forgot. Because that's how it is when you come back to Earth. If it comes back worse than it was that you asked for, then you're in trouble. Like the negative things come back worse. Wow, that must hurt. So if all you do is offer out good thoughts for yourself and everybody else, then all you're going to get in is good stuff. But first, you have to be good to yourself. Like, be kind to yourself. Accept yourself. Some people don't give a shit about themselves. Some people don't know how to judge themselves. But you shouldn't judge yourself. You should know yourself, because that's the first thing, isn't it? Know thyself. And I can't judge anyone because I know me. And I may have done the very thing that the other person has done. So how can I judge them? I'm happy with myself having done that. How can I judge them for doing the same thing? I can't. I'm not going to forgive them because I haven't judged them. I don't care. They did it. They did it. I've done it. I forgive myself. I'm not going to forgive them. It's for them to forgive them. Not me. It's for them. When these people do bad things and they say to you, after they've done it to you, oh, forgive me, you say no. You forgive you. If you think that you've done wrong, accept what it is that you've done wrong, work out what it is that you need to do to make it right, and having my forgiveness doesn't come into that. I am not saying that what you did is okay, and I'm not accepting that it is okay. I am saying you be the judge, you, or source, father, mother, whatever. You be the judge of how bad what you did was. And if you can forgive yourself or not punish yourself, but come up with a resolution against what you did, there's every chance that you will move forward and your life will get better because you understand the impact of your life against somebody else and against yourself. You see, those things that you do to somebody else impact somebody else. But if you reap what you sow, at some point, it will come back to you. So those negative things that you've done, when they come back to you, don't blame anyone else. Don't blame anyone else. Look at yourself and say, hang on a minute. Why did this just happen to me? Why am I going through this? If you've been a really good person and you've done nothing wrong, you've been a really good person, then you have to question why those things happened. And if you've been a good person and you've done nothing wrong, then there's every chance that you have somebody who wishes you ill fortune. So you need to protect yourself against those type of people. We are all powerful, all of us. We all have powers that you can't imagine. And we've lived in this world for thousands of years being taught how not to use them. Confirmation, excuse me. That came out of nowhere. We've been taught how not to use them in order that other people can thrive off of us. And our world changed. And instead of being more spiritual, we became more material. See, everything's energy. Except we're matter. These things are matter. The energy turns into matter, or not turns into matter, is created. Manufactured, manifested, whatever, however you want to see that. So, in the initial instance, the energy of Sophia and Christ at some point created the matter. And the consciousness was not just energy anymore. Now, I don't know 100% all of these things. I don't really care. I'm just saying, this is the best way to explain it. We know what we know, not because we know it, but because whatever inhabits us gives us that knowing. So if we go all the way back, remember, if you get lost, go back to the beginning. If we go all the way back, there's creation. Stuff's made. Matter exists, we exist. But we're not aware. So are we just like the animals? Were we just like the animals back then? Way back when, in the beginning. And then more intelligent people came along and decided to make us like them so we could work for them. That doesn't take away the fact that we were created by someone else. That just means that somebody more intelligent than us decided to mess with us and change who we were. And those people, those beings, decided to use us and are still using us to this very day. And are telling us to believe that Father who created us, his name's God. Nope. His name's Yahweh. Nope. His name's Jehovah. Nope. Definitely not Jehovah. There's no J. So these beings decided to create what they call religion in the hope that we would never ever know the true creator, Yahuwah, and the divine being that came to this earth, Yahusha, or Christ. So, or Yeshua, however that's said. So they wrote all of this bullshit, and then as time went on, other people wrote bullshit about a different religion, like mulching off, that one, and gave Father a bad name. And if not for his name, he would have nothing. Because they stole his creation. It doesn't, in the patent, the Bible, whatever, Quran, whatever, it doesn't say Yahuwah created earth. It says God created earth. It doesn't say Yahuwah created us. It says God created us. So, if not for his one name for eternity, Father has nothing. Stolen from him by Satan, who thinks that he gets to the point that he is God. And he may be God, but he's not Yahuwah the Father, the Creator. But he wants us all to believe that he is. Not going to happen. Never in 1,000 years. Not going to happen. So, in all of this, we've been poisoned. We've been ill-educated. We've been used, abused, and suffering. Because this person wants to play God. These 13 families. In the US, 13 families in Europe. All named, all known. And the money between these families could solve every problem on this planet. And still be some left. And that's what we call the wealth transfer. Now, if they gained all that money because they're good human beings who have done humanitarian things throughout their existence, they will remain one of the richest families on this planet. But if not, they won't. I'm just telling you the truth. They won't. Because judgment has been called. The meek shall inherit the earth is not just a few words that don't mean anything. It's the truth. The first shall be last and the last shall be first. Not just a few words that don't mean anything. It's the truth. You see where this is going? These people that follow Satan, devil, Lucifer, whatever your name you want to go with, follow God, that follow Jehovah, that follow Yahweh, that follow this, that, and the other, in the evil sense of it, that know that God is not Yahuwah, that the angel beneath the Vatican is who they worship, or whoever it is that they do worship. But it is not Yahuwah that they worship. So when they say they worship God, yes, they do. He is the deity of fortune. So yes, in God we trust. It's God's country because it's run by these evil motherfuckers. Don't get me wrong, they came from here. And they're just as bad. They're just as bad. And just lately, it's got worse and worse. And now they're just throwing it in our face, especially in France. What they don't realize is their time will come. I told you, and I tell you because it's true. The dominoes are falling. It's that simple. And the meek are putting them together. As they fall, they connect them. And for one domino, one person falling, who is supposed to be of a high standard, who is supposed to be well off, etc., 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 whatever they're losing will go towards many. So for one domino, whatever's on the dominoes, if it's 2 6s, 12 people, will benefit from the one domino that falls, depending on what their inheritance is, apart from the blanks. So if your inheritance is in the realm of 1 billion and there's only one dot on there, when that domino falls, that's your inheritance. But if it's 1 billion and there's 12 dots on there, then that will be shared between those 12 people. It's not exact. I'm just saying that's how it's going to work. Whoever's losing will benefit to those whose inheritance that will cover. So we have the straw man and the land and maritime law, which is our money, our inheritance. All the bills, everything that we get is our money. It's already ours. They just keep taking it from us. So all of that inheritance will be given to us. So I asked for it to be done voluntarily. I asked for it to be done voluntarily because you get more grace. This is to benefit you, not the people. This is to benefit the elites, the Masons, cults, covens, Vatican, the rich families, blah, blah, blah. This is to benefit them. Because if they give it willingly, it gives them grace. And their karma will be less. And they will lose less. But because they didn't, remember, speak the truth in this now moment, or you fail the test, or be the truth in this moment. If you fail to do that, you're going to lose it anyway. But there is no grace. Don't go asking people to give you help when what you did was sacrifice yourself. Because you're too proud to stand up and be honest. Because you don't know thyself. You're going to lose it anyway. You're going to lose it anyway. That's what judgment is about. So, within the chase, Forrest Fenn gave us everything we needed to know about being a good person. And about the consequences of not being a good person. So hear me all and listen good. Your effort will be worth the cold. If you look around the world, most of the people, the unfortunate people, who have had it rough, get chosen. Not most of them, but people like that get chosen. And people who've had a rough life, drugs, alcohol, etc., at their lowest point, they turn to Father. And he saves them. And they become born again. So it is very possible that your life does not end because of the bad things that happen. But you, like them, get to that point where you think, I have nothing left to lose. Not so you go on doing more worse things because you've got nothing left to lose. That you start that climb. Remember, church is in the mountains. You start that climb. Once you get to that rock bottom, that is the foundation. That is your base to work from, to climb back up. If you believe, if you have faith. Now, I'm not a preacher. I don't really care about the reputation that religion has. I don't talk about this in a religious format. I talk about it in a human format, in a way that we are supposed to live the Holy Trinity. Me, myself, I. Myself is my conscious mind. I is my spirit, my id, my ID, my id. And me is all of it. My mind, body, and soul. That's what I'm talking about. I am the life, I am the way. The way to my Father is through me. A man will come with an earthenware jug of water. The man you know as Jesus said that. Follow him into the house that he goes in. The house of Yahuwah. He doesn't say that. I say that. The house of Yahuwah. The person with the earthenware jug of water is the Aquarian. I just happen to be an Aquarius. Now, I'm not saying it's me, but I am saying that as an Aquarian, the house of Yahuwah you are the temple, you are the house. Follow him into the house that he goes in. Go within. Find out who the fuck you are. Know thyself. Find Yahuwah in there. And thank him and be grateful for giving you a great life. And I know, oh, I've got a great life. My life's shit. No. He gave you a great life. How it turned out is not his doing. It is your doing and the doing of the rest of the world. So, start thinking, imagining that everybody gets what they need. Put it out there. You can guarantee, because you put that out, that everybody gets what they need. You're going to get what you need. Without asking for anything. You're going to get what you need. And if you want to be specific, you can state those things that you need. But be careful, because they are not the things you need. They are the things you want. And they might not be what is good for you. Look at that beautiful woman or man over there. I'm going to go out with them. I'm going to marry them. I'm going to have a great life with them. And it doesn't turn out that way. because it's what you wanted. It wasn't the person you needed. What you saw was superficial. Your pride, your ego, whatever it is, takes you down a path and screws you over. You have to trust that Father, who already exists in the future, knows what's best for you. He's seen it. He watched the race. He saw the outcome. He knows how you can win. And he will give you what you need, which is also going to be better than what you want. And you have to trust that. So you can go through life bitching and moaning and creating a life where you bitch and moan, because that's what you're asking for. I have a lazy husband who sits on his arse all day, doesn't help me, doesn't show me affection, doesn't blah, 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 or a wife or whatever, boyfriend, girlfriend, children, whatever negative thing that you're saying, that's what you're going to get. As you reap, so shall ye sow. Whatever you put out there is going to come back to you, because that's what you're telling. Remember, spelling, spells, words, as you say it, it will happen. Now, the future is already written. We know what happens. That we can't change. Can't change it. That's why Hitler existed. When you say, oh, there isn't a divine being up there, because if there's a divine being up there, Hitler would not have existed. Or somebody would have killed Hitler, or blah, blah, blah. No. It has to happen that way all through history. All of it. Even the bullshit that they told us about. Had to happen like that so it can happen like this right now. So that the ending can happen the way that it's supposed to happen. Which is why I talk about the two witnesses. Can't change nothing. We think that it's free will, but it's already written. We are already programmed to do the things that we do. We go around choosing everything that we want to do in everyday life, and we think that it is our choice, but we think that we chose it. This gives me confirmation. This is a script that we're playing out. It's already written. So whilst we're choosing it, whilst we're choosing to do it, it's something that's already been written. Forrest said, oh, faithful, written in concrete, set in concrete. It's already done. The end of the film has already been worked out, and we're just going towards the end, and we're choosing to do the things that we want to do because we did those things already. Hitler existed, so he had to exist. Attila the Hun, whoever it is, whatever you want to talk about, they exist and they stayed with us because that's how history is in the future. That's how it happened. That's how it's got to happen. Forrest told us, can I make it happen the way that it's supposed to be? So listen, because this is important. Can I make it happen the way that it's supposed to be? Which means, will I fuck it up by changing something, by doing something in the future that I don't know what it is I'm supposed to do. Will I fuck it up if I do something that I'm not supposed to do? Or will I be able to go through the future? Can I affect the future? Will I be able to go through the future and do everything right so it happens the way that it's supposed to be? Probably not, based on what happened in the chase. So I say that because I don't do nothing for more than 15 years. The end of the chase is not what people, was expecting. I don't know if Forrest expected it to be like that, but, I can't see that that was the case. So it was meant to happen because a higher power knew. A higher power that Forrest should have had more faith in. So it was meant to happen that way. Or it's happened exactly how Forrest thought it was going to happen, which is why he said, don't trust no one, not even me. Think about that. He sets up the chase, puts $1 million chest out there, then tells people don't trust anyone, not even him. He then tells people, I can't stop the chase, even if I wanted to. Who's in charge then? Something ends, it will go on until something ends it. So basically, Forrest is telling us, don't trust him. He can't end it, and it will continue until something is done. I think he used the word, I don't think I know, a necessary evil. Necessary means all faithful, but I don't think that's what he was saying. Or was he? Was he saying, I can trust this person to do the wrong thing? A necessary evil. I can trust this person to do the wrong thing. Don't trust anyone, not even me, he says. Because he knows that there's some evil person that can't be trusted. So he's telling us, don't trust anyone. And then he tells us, that's me getting flack. Forewarning us that at the end of the chase, shit's going to hit the fan. He also said something similar to what Donald Trump said. I think we need to drain the pond, which is similar to drain the swamp. This is before the chase ended. So in all of this, for these 5 years, since the chase didn't end, there's been stuff going on. And a conclusion to the chase was made, not a conclusion, a event in the chase happened whereby people wanted information as to the answer, and that answer was given. And it unlocked the next phase. Emmett will tell you about that. About a will, and if you can find the murderer in the basement, maybe the body or evidence. If you can find, not in that, the other one was over the balcony on the floor, but so it started a chain of events. A chain of events I was reluctant to go along with. It's about having faith, and knowing that there was nothing I can do or could have done to change the outcome. When I wrote an email to Forrest saying I was not going to America and I'd finished searching, because that's what I told him, there would have been dire consequences if those things had happened. And so we play a game of cat and mouse. And people talk about cults, and people talk about, I don't know, what a fickle web we weave when we choose to deceive. And Forrest even said, alas, Dame Fortune didn't spin her fickle web, or whatever it was that he said. And yet, in 2023, something was supposed to happen. But again, greed got in the way. Or a necessary evil convinced people to do stuff. And so it didn't take place. And then plans were made to change destiny. What they didn't realize is that was the worst thing they could have done. They changed destiny, all right. Their destiny is to suffer because of what they did, taking on the destiny of the person they were attacking. The swap took place. You are living the life the person you were attacking was supposed to live. So you thought it failed. It didn't fail. You gave away everything that you had. And Father says you'll never get it back. Ever. And this is for the world now. This is for those evil people around the world that lived off other people's energy. You will never get it back. Ever. But all is not lost. There are no shortcuts. You have everything you need within you, unless you're one of those, that sold their soul and won't, I don't want to say beg, but, there's only one being that can help you. Two, you and the divine. And I don't need to help you because you can help you. And I'm not even allowed to help people because how are you going to learn your lessons? That's what I'm being told. These are the lessons they need to learn. If you help them, how will they learn? I could give you everything that you needed and you would carry on being the person you are. And that person is no good to humanity. In the highest sense of the word. So you do that, I don't know, walk. It's not far, but it's too far to walk. That search is however tall you are. That's the distance. People spend a lifetime trying to get to that point of ascension. It doesn't have to be like that. Excuse me. Confirmation. Forrest said he got some lemons. But with those lemons you can make lemon meringue pie, lemonade, and nail polish, all sorts of things. Be grateful for everything. And use whatever you're given to make you stronger, to make you wiser. Whatever it is. Be grateful for it. Accept it as a gift and understand the reason why you were given it. So before, Father builds you up from the ground, which is where most of us are, because of, I don't know, greed, narcissism, whatever. And to cope in the world, you have to go through the fire. You have to go through the labyrinth. You have to do the 9 levels of hell, or whatever it is that Dante did. Dante, whatever. Moaning about pronunciation. So, and there are no shortcuts. Because if you try and take shortcuts, you're not going to learn the lesson. Which means, like snakes and ladders, you go down the snake. And if you go up the ladder, you don't know the journey. If you get to the destination without understanding the journey, you're going to fail. You might see it as a win, but something will come up in your life and you won't be able to deal with it because you've never been through it. And you'll come crashing down. That's what happens to these lottery winners. They ask to win the lottery or whatever it is, and then they end up on the streets. They weren't prepared. So before, in the womb, you could ask Father, say, Father, I want to be the best hero there is. And he says, all right, when you're born, I'm going to send all the nastiest spirits, all the nastiest demons, all the nastiest animals for you to fight. You'd be like, no, I don't want to do that. Well, how are you going to be the greatest hero then? Doesn't matter what it is that you choose, whatever it is that you choose, you're going to have to go through it in order to be the best there is. And if you don't want to be the best there is, and you just want to get through life, you don't know what life's going to throw at you. You may still come across those worst demons. And you have to know how to deal with them. Or you may come across the devil and he may say, look, I've got this deal for you. You give me your soul that is priceless. He won't tell you that. You give me your soul that is priceless and I will make you rich. Hang on. If my soul can make me rich through you, why can't my soul make me rich through me? Why do I need you? See, he becomes rich, or they become rich, because they use your creation energy. Your creation energy. You create it. They become better off. And they steal it from you. And if you don't play along, they get rid of you and put somebody else in your place. But they still feed off your energy. So Diddy told us exactly, I mean, we already knew, but told us exactly who was involved. And there are many ways to get involved. And again, I'm not judging anyone. I don't think ill of you because you were put in a position where you did what you did. I don't care. I just want you to be okay. I just want you to sort your life out and be the best person you can be and have the greatest life you can have. That's all I care about. If you don't want that, that's up to you. It's up to you. I don't care. I don't. But for you to be the best person that you can be, you have to understand that you're not the best person you can be. I should be watching. Oh, hello, Wig. It was a long straight road. He's trying to test me here. Alongside the fish hatcheries in Lone Oak, Arkansas. Oh, there was a who realised the fish hatchery in the thrill. In the thrill of the chase. That picture was a picture of a hatchery. Is that where it was? Is that the hatchery in Arkansas? That was. What was I talking about? 10 sleep. So yeah, those fish. There's like thousands of fish. That's not in a river. Or to me, it doesn't look like a river anyway. Trusted Devil Bill, who was Rockefeller's dad, said while he was stealing his son's money, don't trust anyone, son. But yeah. Treasure Warriors, hello. Figuring out who Mara has been talking to is a bigger mystery than at this point. I'm talking to. Oh, you mean in the thrill of the chase? Oh, that will become clear soon. But I'm talking to everybody in the world. That well, mainly 26 families, the Vatican, governments, kings, queens, dictators, cults, covens, masons, um, doctors, judges, big pharma, scientists, NASA, those sort of people who have been lying to us for too many years, who have stolen our inheritance, who have taught us how to devolve and not be in the power that we're supposed to be born with, our birthright. I'm talking to those people now because, as Forrest said to me in one email, enough. And he told everybody about that, which shocked me, to be fair. And he said they would either stop, sending emails, or they would send loads more. I stopped for a while, and then I sent loads more. So Forrest only ever sent me emails to say thank you, and then sent me that one that said enough. And then Jess was found, and we went through this crap. But like I say, the thrill of the chase is a mini version of life. How the creator is hidden, the true creator, which is Yahuwah, not God, and Yahshua, or Yahusha, however you say that second bit, I don't know. So we have two creators and a treasure, and hoping that nobody ever finds out the real name. And the real name is Yah, not God. Or the real name is, and not Forrest. And there was a divine inheritance that went with the thrill of the chase, the trove. And there was a secret treasure and an outrage there, or whatever, however that went. So most of the two things, remember? Two. It's a good angel number. And 20.2 ounces of whatever. And too far to walk. So if we want our inheritance, if we want our spiritual inheritance as well as our financial inheritance, confirmation, we need to wake up. We need to look up the straw man. We need to look you need to. We need to understand the maritime law and the land law. We need to understand the universal law. We need to know thyself, and we need to look to Father to keep his covenant and do what he said. Remember, follow precisely will lead to the end of my rainbow and the treasure. Which end of the rainbow? And the rainbow is a sign from Father that he will not destroy the earth again with water. Because water is life. Water is emotions. And Aquarius should be the time that we're in now. An Aquarian, is the person that you call Jesus said will come, and you should follow him into the house. Christ consciousness is real. Energy is real. The things that you see in the movies are real. They exist. And they exist and you see them because I have to tell you the truth. So when you see things like Stargate or Star Wars or any of those things, in one way, shape, or form, those things happen. They could have happened thousands of years ago. Our history is a lie. Religion is a lie. The scripture is not a lie, but it's been altered for these 26 families and these beings that aren't human. To still keep us as slaves without us knowing that we are. And the American dream, or any dream, is another lie because you don't chase, you attract. Not the thrill of the chase. The thrill of the chase is you working your ass off in the hope that there is a reward. You don't have to do that. You already have the reward. It's just they've taken it from you. And they've done it in ways that are so confirmation, so devious that you don't even know they exist. You are signed to contracts you know nothing about. And you are consenting, these words that they use, contract, the words they put in our vocabulary is to screw us over. And when we use them, we're effectively saying, yes, it's okay, you can screw me over. You bind your gifts. I'm just saying, so don't you, just saying, I'm not saying that I'm doing it. You bind your gifts, you bind your finances, you bind your spiritual inheritance when you accept the bullshit words that they've given you and you say them every day. Which is why I say, hey, because it is my word. Hey means my word. My word. I say, old chap. So I say things. They don't know what I'm saying. But I say things to bind them. I say things that cut the contracts that I have with these evil fuckers or had confirmation. They don't own anything of mine anymore. They can't take anything of mine anymore. But I can give them fucking hell, which is what they brought to this earth. Remember, Satan rules hell. And if he rules hell, he rules earth. He don't rule me. There is nothing that he or anyone else will ever take from me. Ever. Never again. And there are people all around the world who they will never, ever take from again. And should they think of doing those things that they've been doing, it will return to them. And they will, very much so, regret having done it. I wish harm to nobody, which is why I'm quite happy to send back all the shit that they send out. And the stronger shit that they send out, the worse for them it'll be. You will reap what you sow. So, want the best for every fucker in the world. And if everybody's doing it, you're going to get the best. But if you want shit for someone, it's going to come back. If you want to spend your time wishing harm on people, expect to be harmed. And everything that you do will make them stronger. Transmuted, alchemized, returned. You think walking on water is good? Ain't seen nothing yet. We are all capable. We are all gods. We were told that. The kingdom is within you. Told that. The person you know of as Jesus is not Christ. He was telling us about Christ, the Christ consciousness, Sophia. He was telling us about that. He was telling us that the energy that exists within us is capable of doing amazing things. But these sons of bitches, they didn't want him telling everybody to wake up. So they got rid of him. They didn't want his disciples telling everybody to wake up. So they got rid of them. And gave us religion. These Catholics that turned into Christians. This Vatican that turned up after having killed this person named Jesus, they said, even though the J didn't exist until 1524. And the J is not to hide Jesus, Earth Pig, Isis. It's to hide Yahuwah. Because in the praising of Father, hallelujah, hallelujah, they spelt it with a J. Funny, it wasn't a J until 1524. How did all these people praise Yah, hallelujah, hallelujah? How did they praise Father with a letter that didn't exist? Don't need to worry about the masculine S. Don't need to worry about the IE or any other confirmation or any other bullshit. There was no need to put a J there. If not for my name, I would have nothing. My one name for eternity, not God, not Allah, not Lord, not Elohim, not fucking Yahweh, Jehovah. None of those words. They're not his name. His name is Yah, and in the beginning was the Word, and that Word was Yahuwah, or Yah. So, the truth, which is what I talk, I am the seeker and the speaker of truth, which is why I know what happened in the chase, which is why I know what the poem is all about, which is why I did a fucking million souls in that poem. Well, maybe not a million, 999,999, but a lot, because they're all the truth. The truth is, it's not Jesus you should worry about, it's Father. And that J is a whole load of fucking bullshit. And if it's bullshit, you have to work out, why is it bullshit? Why did they do that? Why would you put the letter J there when it doesn't exist? How can people praise Father, hallelujah, praise, honor, whatever, rejoice, whatever that means, Yah with a Y, Yahusha, Yahshua, however that is, the Son. And what they don't understand is the Son of Man will save us, not the Son of God. The signs of the Son of Man will be seen. The Son of Man is somebody born of a man, not somebody born of God. You don't need to wait for Yahshua, Yahusha, Yeshua, whatever, to return if the Son of Man is going to be the person that is going to save you. It's just truth. I'm not making it up. It's just the truth. There is a distinction between the Son of God and the Son of Man. A man will come. Follow him into the house. It is the age of Aquarius. Confirmation. There are signs in the sun, the moon, and the stars, the heavens, and upon the earth. They're happening. Look around you. Wake up. Is wormwood on its way? Wake the fuck up. You people worrying about the chase, don't worry about the chase. Which means a whole load of things, but there you go. Confirmation. Excuse me. The statement, it was found under a canopy of stars in the lush forested vegetation, is just, it was found, reporting to, it was found under, reporting to. Major Forrest Burke Fenn. Now, it was found reporting to is under. A canopy is a Burke. It was found under a Burke. But it says that Burke is in the lush forested vegetation of stars is major. Major, not minor, major. A canopy is Burke. Major, take that Burke, put it in the lush forested vegetation, it becomes major forest. Take the canopy, put it in the forest, and the fen, the lush forested vegetation, it was found reporting to under major stars, forest, lush forested vegetation, blah blah, forest and fen, and the Burke, the canopy, is in the lush forested vegetation. fuck all to do with anything in the world. Words don't mean what you think they do. Forrest told you everything you needed to know. Not everything. Well, yeah, everything you needed to know in the words he used. You just didn't understand them because you weren't fucking listening. So you take that statement, and I'm telling you the truth, it was found under reporting to. When you're under someone, you report to them. It was found reporting to canopy of stars. Canopy is Burke, of stars is major, Ursa major, Ursa minor, major, but look up the synonym, major. It was found reporting to major. Take the fucking Burke, the canopy, because that was in the lush forested vegetation, and it becomes Major Forrest Burke Fenn. Somebody told Major Forrest Burke Fenn all he needed to know. When you people are wondering what the fuck is a canopy of stars and the lush forested vegetation, even the statement itself, it's not possible. As a normal statement, under a canopy of stars in the lush forested vegetation. Excuse me, confirmation. It would have to have been found at night if it's under a canopy of stars. Or it would have to be in something which was made by man and it's not associated with a man-made structure. So it can't be. It can't mean what you think it means. It can't. It just can't. Because not found at night, it could have been found in the day. Canopy of stars, if it was a canopy of stars, it would be made, manufactured in the lush forested vegetation. So if it was under a canopy of stars, it was saying it was found at night, which is against everything that you're supposed to believe. You can only find it at night. If it was man-made, it's not associated with a man-made structure, so therefore it can't have been found with a man-made structure because they knew it was a canopy of stars. So the information you're given is telling you that somebody told Forrest what it was. And that was in the Medium article. And there was other information in that article too. So all through the chase, you've been told exactly what it is that you need to know. And yet you have no idea what has been said. Listen, because this is the important bit. I was going through the fucking chase, knowing that the creator isn't the creator, that words don't mean what you think they do. If not for my name, I would have nothing, etc., etc., etc. You can see that the creator in the Bible is no different than the creator of the Thrill of the Chase, and that everything is just virtual. Two things in the chest that the finder will like. One was a coin that was bit. The finder would know, but you fuckers didn't know. Every one of you that said you were the solver did not know. Every fucking Christian, not everyone, every religious person that spouts God, that spouts Jesus, that spouts Allah, that spouts Lord, that spouts Baal, that spouts whatever, You're just talking about Satan and his fucking minions. Whilst you believe wholly that there is a divine being, you take his name in vain every time you talk. Not because you're taking it in vain in the way you think, you're taking it in vain because it's pointless. You're not talking to Father, you're talking to a demon. When you say, God, help me, you're saying that in vain because he won't help you. You're not talking to him, you're talking to the devil. So if you get help, you're getting help from the dark side, not the light side. You're giving yourself, making your own contracts with the evil being that we know as the devil, Satan, Lucifer, blah, 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 blah. And you're doing it in vain because you're not speaking to the Most High. And you are worshipping false idols, which is something that Father warned us about in your own book, to the point that he said, even the elite, those people that preach, love, worship, who they think is the divine, not talking to him. They're talking to God. Gad, the demon of money, deity of fortune, whatever. In Gad we trust. Let's worship money. It's God's country. Now, I don't care who it upsets. I really don't. Because I know what the agenda is. And I don't care that I upset God-fearing people because they are devil-fearing people. They're not Yahuwah-fearing people. They're not Yah-fearing people. They have not give themselves to Yah. Which is why I was upset with Charlie Kirk. Whilst he says and does all the right things, he was working for the enemy, bringing people to the enemy, giving them to the enemy, making them make contracts with the enemy. Not Father. He warns us that we would be deceived, not just by Satan, by man. The words of man. We would be deceived. Now, I found all of this. I'm not even religious. I wasn't even spiritual. And yet you people who have the Bible in your hand and say you read it and you worship God and do this and do that, and you don't even remember that he says, I have only one name. And you go, oh no, his name's Jehovah. Oh no, his name's Yahweh. Oh no, his name's blah, blah, blah. No, only one name. Only one. Nothing difficult about that. Simple. Old faithful. There's only one. Simple. I have one name for eternity. If you get lost, go back to the beginning. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was Yah. Can't be God, because nobody says Hallelujah God. No one. There is nobody on the planet that goes Hallelujah God, Hallelujah God, Hallelujah God. That free thing is important to some. No one says that. No one. And yet all around the world, in a few different religions, Hallelujah, Hallelujah, Hallelujah. Yeah. Rejoice God. Well, rejoice divine, rejoice not your God, but Father God, Most High God. To change that name, took everything from Father. And everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything is coming back. Everything. And yes, deserving of a throne, royalty. I'm not saying me, could be anybody. That person will come. That person will bring about 1,000 years of peace. And there's all these people saying, Jesus already come, Jesus already come. I'm not talking about Jesus. I'm not talking about Jesus. I don't even acknowledge, I know, don't fucking get. There are people all around the world who believe in Jesus because they believe in the person, but the name is wrong. And they believe in God because they believe in the person, but the name is wrong. And that's the bit that you need to wake up to. And I'm not judging you because you call them by the wrong name. And I'm not judging you in any way, shape, or form. I am saying, please wake up. Because we are all of us, being judged. All of us. We're all being judged. We were told in that book that's been altered, we were told the time would come. Now you can stay asleep. Fine. Can't help you. Fine. You can jump up and down and rant and rave and say, yes, it's God and it's Jesus and what do you know? You can do whatever you want. I don't care. All I care about is I gave you the chance. I gave you the chance. The rest is up to you. I don't want you to believe anything you don't want to believe. I don't care. Father might care. The angels, the ancestors, the spirits, they might care. I don't care. I gave you the chance. It's up to you. It's up to you to choose. Go around asleep. Stay in the matrix. Get judged however you're going to get judged. That's up to you, not up to me. I want everyone to have the best life that they can have. The only way to do that is to wake the fuck up. The only way to do that is to get your inheritance back. The only way to do that is to break all the contracts that you have with evil. That's the world we live in. I ain't lying. And if you don't break those contracts, if you don't cut those cords, if you don't wake the fuck up, you're going to get screwed over. Now, I don't hate anyone. I have no reason to hate anyone. Have I? Hang on, let me think about this. Do I hate anybody? Just try and be honest. Do I hate anyone? I don't hate anyone. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Aggrieved, disappointed, dumbfounded, lots of different things. But I don't hate anyone. I want everyone to get what they deserve. Not out of hate. It's not out of hate. Like if you get what you deserve because you've been evil, it's not because I want you to get bad things. I just want everybody to get good things. For them to get good things, you're going to have to get bad things because that's what you put out. I didn't put it out. I didn't choose for you to have bad things. You did. You put bad things out, so bad things come back. And those bad things come to you because people are getting good things. I don't do it out of hate or anger or jealousy or anything. I don't care. I just care that everything is correct. Everything is done right. Everything is fair. Everything is just. All those things I've said. That's all I care about. And if that's all you cared about, you have no reason to fear. Your life will turn out great. But if you just care about you, hang on a minute, be careful how I say this. If you just care about you at the expense of other people, you're in shit. Because you need to care about you. Like first and foremost, remember, plane crash, mask, put yours on first. Because if you don't sort yourself out. So first you have to care about you. You have to get you right. And if you're right, you can interact with anybody. Because you're happy with you. You don't care what other people think. You're happy in yourself and you can interact with anyone. And nothing they say or do is going to phase you. So you get yourself right first and then you go out into the world and you can either, confirmation, you can either speak like I'm speaking and wake other people up, which is what you should do because it says if you know the truth, you should speak the truth. Or you can look after yourself. I don't care which way you do it. Stay positive and keep smiling. My eggplant is growing and so are the peppers, but not ready for harvest. What? Sophia? Wow, I haven't seen your name. Hang on. Sophia. What other... Merla. What other name did you have? Two names. I have seen your name. It's the other name I'm thinking of. Captain Kidd. What? P5G, yeah. It is easy to smile when staying away from media that send messages of hate and threats. Been much better the last few months. Cool. I'm glad to that. I hope you're feeling well, Sophia. Important name, Sophia is. I think it might be spelt differently. Hopefully those will reach maturity. We have gotten a few frosts here. Broccoli and cabbage still hanging tough. Yeah, we've had some frost here. Like when I was younger, they'd make me go out and pick Brussels in this weather. Like before school. Get up, picking Brussels, freezing cold. With bin liner bags around my legs to stop them getting wet. Like my mum and dad would have proper leggings and arm cover things and that. And then I'd like, it's cold. And they'd be like, if you worked hard, you wouldn't get cold. You'd be warm enough. Like, it's freezing. And they'd sort of like take their gloves off, like put them on my hand, and their hand would be boiling and my hands were freezing. I was only a little kid, but so I'm surprised anything's growing, to be fair, except for Brussels. Hopefully those, at least, like I don't have to worry. Well, I don't know, it's starting to grow again, the grass. So, it wasn't long ago I've cut the lawn and now I'm thinking, I hope it doesn't need cutting again. I'm going to feel, I don't care that I look stupid if I'm cutting the grass in December, but if it's growing, it needs cutting. Hang tough. Nice. Yeah, this is my first go at greenhouse during the winter. It is working better than outdoors did last summer. Oh, cool. Yeah, I once tried a greenhouse. It's one of those like big plasticky things. And then the first time winter came, the wind sort of ripped it apart. So I gave up on that. But I did get some nice tomatoes and that out of it. They're very nice, they were. Yeah, we don't have brutal summer heat, which is, I don't know. It's hard to believe that it's our same sun, to be fair. I have to be honest. I'm starting to think that the Chinese have popped theirs in front of ours. Something's happened. Like even the animals are hiding under the, in the shade out of the sun. It's like that's crazy. As though they're scared of it. And the sunflowers aren't sort of like going, "Hello, sun," you know, leaning towards it like they do. So it seems a bit weird. But the sun's acting up apparently. I don't quite understand the. I don't know if you've seen it. They do like the sun watch, and then they have this big round circle that's in front of the sun. And somebody posted something the other day and said, like sort of like, "OMG, what's this?" And they had this thing go across in front of the sun, and I'm thinking, well, that can't be real because whatever it is that you're saying is traveling across the screen is in front of the round circle. It's like that round circle isn't in front of the sun. That round circle is to stop the view. So that whatever it was shouldn't be in front of that black screen. I wouldn't have thought. Like if that's just there to see the outside of the sun, then it's in the camera bit, isn't it? It's not really there. So whatever is flying out there in front of the sun should be behind that screen. Unless there's a big round black screen in front of the sun, which there isn't, otherwise we wouldn't see it. The only time things grew in the summer is when I put up burlap around the garden and watered it so the hot air created a makeshift cooler. Ew. I saw Bambi put in suntan. Forrest talked about Bambi. Is that the same Bambi? Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I I would have to do that as well, to be fair. I hope to begin planting trees in the spring. Why not put them in the garden? Like the spring's full of water. Sorry. That's just my play with words. That's crazy, that is. Like the spring. Or I could have gone like Zebedee. Boing, the spring. Mulching helps a lot. What do you have like that tobacco? When you're working, does it help? When I grass clippings, it cools and adds nitrogen. Ooh, nitrogen is needed here too. Weird, isn't it? Because ain't there nitrogen in the air? Obviously not enough. Well, when you think about it, because like H2O, water and air, there's not much difference, is there? Like what? Why? Water might be more important than you think. Like it would be possible to, well, it's definitely possible to get energy out of water and to get Like, we shouldn't need all of the wires and everything that we've got to get electricity or, to get things working. Excuse me, confirmation. Just so many lies is crazy. The world's been run by people who just want to be rich, and they've given us this false idea that we need a whole load of stuff that we don't need, just so as we can pay for it, so they can get richer and we can struggle. And I know in the Bible it says, bullshit is, but it says now you're going to have to work because you. They didn't say there's no apple. It's bullshit. There's no apple in the Bible. It says nothing about an apple. Just says the fruit, the forbidden fruit off the tree, which is something different than what it means. But there's no apple. She didn't eat an apple. I don't even think apples were around then, or even in that area of the world. If it is in the Fertile Crescent, blah, blah, blah. Like, there are so many obvious bullshit statements that they come up with. What they did is they spun a narrative, and then people, without checking, just go with it. Doesn't say nothing about an apple, any fruit. Well, fruit, but not the name of the fruit, apple or orange or whatever. Even though what's it called? Palermo, something orange, forbidden fruit. That might be a synonym. Something orange, forbidden fruit. But it didn't give a name. And just so much bullshit is crazy. If it says you will die, if you eat it, you will die. That's what it says. That's what it says. I'm not lying. That's what it says. If you eat of the fruit of the tree, whatever, you will die. Surely die. Surely, surely. And they didn't die. Come on. One of them's a lie. Which is the lie? Which is the lie? God, Yah, whoever was supposed to have said it. If you eat of that fruit, you will surely die. Ate the fruit, didn't die. So either the creator was lying, like just falsely saying, if you eat it, you'll die, knowing that they wouldn't, or they never ate it. They never ate it. Otherwise, they'd be dead. It's like crazy. The things that, like, it wasn't an apple. And he said, you'll die if you eat off that tree, you'll die. And they didn't die. And nobody even thinks about that. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Listen, the creator says, if you eat from this tree, you will surely die. Here, have some. Nice. Oh, you're not dead. What? What? Come on. Come on. Someone is lying. Either the creator lied when he said you would die if you ate the apple, not the apple. If you eat the fruit, there's no apple. Doesn't even say apple. Don't know where you get apple from. Unless it's the computer, the information, a megabyte, unless you get those megabytes and find out the truth, you will surely die because I'll kill you. Not me. Not me. Just say. And they didn't die. Someone's lying. It's like, if I did read it all because it was one of those, read the whole Bible in a year thing. But if it was a book that I bought to read just for the sake of reading it, based on it's supposed to be true, I wouldn't have got much further than that. I wouldn't have even bothered reading it. We're like, no, this is not true. Someone's lying. Like in that first Genesis bit, there's so many lies. What? Just read it properly and think. No, that can't be true. 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 Like Adam and Eve's sons, they had kids. No, that can't be true. Unless blah, blah, blah happened. So what? None of this is true. None of it, well, not some of it must be true, but none of it makes any sense true enough. But if you're told in this book that's supposed to be true, my name is Sophia on some computer stuff. Oh, right. Thank you for that. Thanks, Sophia. Always scares me when I see that R.I.P. Hercules. But hi, I hope you're well. Happy holidays to you. It wasn't the quarry they saw, it was the chase. Isn't that interesting? Forbidden fruit pineal. Yes. Like, don't wake up, basically. Some things can be natural, can look a lot like a quarry. That's because words don't mean what people think they mean. MOT. Organising bondage covenant. Yes. Yes. Is just basic instructions before leaving Earth. So there's just so many lies, and it's like, why am I reading this, and why do I believe it? These people didn't die. They had the forbidden fruit, which wasn't an apple. Doesn't say nothing about an apple. And they didn't die. And because of it, we're going to have to work. That's what was said. And because of that, man and woman separated into two different bloody lifestyles. And the woman was blamed all through the thousands of years that we're here now. And yet, if you think about it, she didn't eat anything. Otherwise, she'd be dead. And that's a really good reason not to eat it. Like, don't eat the fruit because you'll die. And someone comes along and says, yeah, eat, don't worry. You'll be okay. It's like, no, he said I'd die. Yeah, but we just don't want you to know stuff. Yeah, but he said I'd die. Now, if you believe in the divine creator of all things, you can either believe that he lied and told them that they'd die and they wouldn't, or you can think they never ate anything. Like, this story is just bullshit story. So, or, some of it's true and some of it's not true, but it's not in the way that they're telling you it. Something like that happened, like, the Anunnaki and the DNA and the blah, 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 blah. But the same elements are in human beings as there is in the ground. That's strange, isn't it? Considering we're made of the earth. In fact, that's scary, to be fair. And to say that we're mostly water, like, wow, mostly water. Like, you look at a lettuce and they say, that's mostly water. It don't look like water. It really don't. Yeah, it says she ate the fruit, but like I say, it says if you eat the fruit, you surely die. Well, they either definitely didn't eat the fruit because they're alive, or they weren't going to die and God lied. And that don't make sense, does it? So there's something wrong with that statement. Well, there's something wrong with all of it, most of what's in there with Adam and Eve. Like, no, it don't really make sense. But to blame the woman for eating the fruit, which she would have died if she ate, and she didn't, is a bit harsh. Because I tend to think if you're going to die if you eat something and you don't die, then you didn't eat it. Or the person that told you that you're going to die is a fucking liar. Yeah, we don't understand because we've just been taught how to not be a spiritual human being, to live our best life because they want to live their best life and they need us as slaves. If we all wake up, they're screwed. And they don't have the imagination that we have. They can't create. See, we're batteries to them. We're their life energy. We're their life force. And we're their creation. We're their creators. So to sell your soul is basically selling your creation ability, which is worth more than anyone can pay. Like your creation ability will make you a trillionaire, or gazillionaire, whatever it is. You have the ability to create that kind of abundance, a world abundance. And that's what the devil is buying. He's buying your imagination. It's just my imagination. And it's more important than knowledge, because knowledge ain't going to make you worth that much. So I'm saying, to all these elites and all these celebrities and people, don't give it away. Don't sell it to these fuckers. You're worth more than that. You can be as famous as you want to be without these evils feeding off you. That's all they want it for. They want to feed off you and they want you to feed off others and be bound to them so they can have a better life than you. Or a worse life, depending on how you look at it. Don't eat the one from, you're going too quick now. What's going on? Everyone did. They were starving. I bet that was tasty as apple. It wasn't an apple. It doesn't even say it's an apple. Like they're just lying. There's no apple. There was not an apple. Just said the fruit, and if you eat the fruit, you'll die. Where'd you get an apple from that? I don't know. Apart from the forbidden fruit might be that Palermo, whatever the name of the orange is, but I don't think it was an orange either. Yeah, Bill Gates, he's in trouble. He's in trouble and it's not looking good. That must be my problem. Damn you, Bill. Uh-oh. Kill Bill. And incandescent light bulbs banned in your country. Oh, are incandescent light bulbs banned in your country like they are in the United States? I don't know. I don't even know what an incandescent light bulb is. Are you incandescent? No, I don't think any light bulbs are banned in the UK. They just ban, a normal way of life over here. They don't worry about light bulbs. They just go straight for the jugular. You're not allowed to live. Full stop. Don't say anything. Don't do anything. You're going to get arrested. Shut the F up. That don't bother me, though. I used to smoke. They banned the light bulb, but the meth is still around, I guess. Oh, that must be the light bulb Forrest was talking about, with all that advertising on it and the women wearing makeup. That must be why they banned those beautiful lights. Not the lights in the sky. There are more questions than answers. There are more than 3 levels of Hebrew language: ancient pictograph, ancient script, modern script. Then there is Latin that Satan assisted with, which led into, yes. And the English is just to bind you in more ways than one. Statue of Liberty shows the dark side of the US. And that's because it came from France, which is, where, there's evil all around the world, but there's a lot of evil in France. Let's just put it that way. And they're all, like I say, they're all in on it together, so it doesn't matter. They go to this Bohemian Grove, whatever it bloody is, and do all the. But best of it, there are people that know that are too scared to say anything. And we have a media that is everything's bought and paid for. So you'll only know what they want you to know. Like when you ask AI, they take their information from Wikipedia, and Wikipedia get their information from the people that run the world. So you'll only know what they want you to know. They hide in plain sight the truth through media and stuff like that, but not most of the pages you want to know about get banned or the information gets edited. And but the thing is, they have to tell you, so somewhere there is the truth. And like I say, the truth is coming out, and more things are just turning up. You know, watery seas, and all of a sudden, here's some tablets and some of this and some of this, and AI's decoding. What these tablets say, and professors and lecturers and famous people are coming out saying, "Oh, I've been told to keep this quiet, but before I die, I want people to know such and such." So the truth is coming out, and at some point, the truth of the Vatican will come out. But I keep saying it because I want them to bring it out, and I'm under no illusions that they won't, because all hell will break loose. But at some point, people will want the truth. At the moment, there are so many people that are asleep that it doesn't really matter, because a few people want the truth. But when more and more people wake up, they will all want the truth. They will all know what the celebrities have done. They will all know what the elites have done. They will know what the government officials have done. They will know what the Vatican's done. They will know what the families have done. All, the doctors, pharmaceuticals, NASA, everything will come out. Now, I didn't want to get to that point. I'd rather it be a confirmation. It be a more peaceful transition from one thing to another. But some people's pride just getting away, or their ego, or their narcissistic tendency, or whatever it is that stops them from just saying, "Look, hold my hands up. This is what I did. I know it's wrong. I'm sorry. Here you go." They don't want to do that. And it's not for me to judge them whether they do it or not. That's just for me to say, "Look, here's the truth. This is what's going to happen. Be on the correct side of it." Or, I don't know. And I know things have happened, and people have lost loved ones, lost their children because of what they've been doing, etc. And, probably blaming me or, someone like me. Instead of looking at themselves and saying, "Look, if I didn't do these things, I wouldn't be in this position." That's as simple as it is. If I did not do that, and 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 that for all these years, I wouldn't have lost my kids. My hair wouldn't have fallen out. I wouldn't have gone blind. I wouldn't have had an accident that I can't heal from. Like, all these things. Like, just look at yourself first. Don't trying to blame others and make excuses for the things that are happening to you. If you honestly haven't done anything wrong, then fair enough. But I'm sorry, but that's not the truth. Retracted. The original culprit was yes, indeed, Isis and Osiris. But they say the original culprit, so that was Egyptian. Remember, if you get lost, go back to the beginning. So the beginning is like China, and or other areas of the world, based on the writing, and the writing was totally different. Like the way the Chinese write and the Egyptians write, and Babylonians and the Sumerians and so it changed to a different style of writing so they could bind us without us knowing. So most English words, they mean loads of things at the same time, and some of them it's the same spelling but pronounced different, like read and read. I read that book. I read that book. It's like you can say something. Trying to think of something to. The low person stooped low to get under the low bridge. The low person being the poor person, stoop low mean getting evil, and the low bridge being not high. It's like what? How can those things all be the same? Why do we have a P in front of pneumonia? Why do we have a G in front of gnat? They're there for a reason. Those things are there for a reason. And the English language was set up that even a word like bless or contract or it's amazing, isn't it, when you want to think of something you can't think of it. But they're there to, like, the con is telling you that it's not good. So it's telling you the truth, but it's binding you to something that's not good for you. So the tract is the way. So it's a conway. You're signing into something that is going to be worse for you than good for you. And you're being told the truth even though you don't understand it because you weren't taught that way. Where other languages hasn't got that within it, which is why they changed the blooming J. Not changed the J, brought in the J. They brought in ways of changing it so you don't know what it is that is actually going on. So as it was, so shall it be is what, we should be aiming for in the new earth. With Osiris and Isis, who, go back to the beginning, could be Christ and Sophia. Or, you go another way and it'll be Zeus and another person. Whoever Athena, was it? Or Jupiter and it's not who you are, so you can make them think you are. They're the same fucking Inanna. They're the same people. Gaia, Isis, Inanna, Mother Earth, blah, 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 blah. Demetria, Persephone. Like these Venus, Aphrodite, it's the same person and the same life, just told to you by different parts of the world or different times of the world. And who's to say this information is correct because our history is a lie? So the Aztecs lived a different life than the Christians. Different gods, different beliefs. Excuse me, confirmation. But, wow, big confirmation. But Zeus, Jupiter, Poseidon, Neptune, Those things are all the same. And again, it's not who you are, so you can make them think you are. The creator, it's not who you are, it's who you can make them think you are. Forrest Fenn. Who is the real Forrest Fenn? I hope nobody ever finds out. Who is the real divine father of creation? Satan says, I hope nobody ever finds out. So wrote a book with some embellishments, some, and kept us all away from the truth, whilst telling us the truth. Right in front of us here is the truth, except has some embellishments that we don't know, which is real and which isn't. And like I say, if somebody knows they're going to die on the cross, they will not ask, why have you forgiven me? Because, well, you ain't dead yet, and you need to die and rise again in 3 days. That was the plan. I don't know how else to say it. Like, the stuff that's said doesn't make any sense. Like, if Noah was the only person left, then Noah must have been a bad person. Because those 13 families, the 26 families, still exist. So they weren't all wiped out in the flood. And yet, each religion, many religions, have the flood and talk about different people that had the boat, that saved whatever. So it's the same event. Oh, I can't use you because they're not real names. Well, Sophia, I take it that that's a real name. So if Sophia goes around the world, nobody changes her name. Her name is Sophia, wherever she goes. China, Russia, Japan, Australia. She will be known as Sophia. But it seems in history, your name changed depending on what religion you were part of. That's pathetic. Like my name won't change. Wherever I go, my name will still be Mario. That's it. And yet we're meant to believe that in our history, there were all these different gods. Why? It's the same God. So, no. Well, God, goddess. So within the God and goddess side of it, it's the same God. Whether it be Inanna, Gaia, Isis, Demeter, whatever name that part of the world thought of as that God, the Mother Earth figure, or Father God figure, Jupiter, Zeus, Neptune, Poseidon, whatever, or those funny names, Ganesh and whatever. They all had the same attributes, but were in different parts of the world with different names. What? How does that work? So Latin and Greek brought us the bullshit, basically. So before then, the scripture, whatever, was nearer to the truth. The Ethiopian Bible is nearer to the truth. But it doesn't account, and this is important, please, it doesn't account for Atlantis. It doesn't account for Atlantis, Mumu, and all those other names that it's like, well, why aren't they? Why don't they exist? And what nationalities are they? I know they're Atlanteans, but which area of the world did they exist in, and why has it all disappeared? Like, why have we not got the truth of it? So these people destroyed it. The library of flipping Alexander and all these things. But that stuff will come to light. And the Vatican's got, a fair shed load of stuff that, people would enjoy seeing. So they hid the truth from us and to Tartar, whatever it is. They hid the truth from us and devolved us to basically be their slaves, to work to make them more money. Like basically, they steal from us and they make us work and then steal from us again. And everything that's owed us is stolen from us again. So our bills that we pay, they normally, if you look at it, it looks like a check. They're basically saying, look, here's your money. Here's your money in the form of a bill. Do you want to give me your money? And you say, okay, then I'll give you whatever the bill is, $900, whatever. It's yours. There you go. It's yours. But they give it to you in the form of a bill. Really, it looks like a check because it is. And they say, look, here's $900. It's yours. But will you pay it back to us? And you go, yeah, okay. So then you give them $900 back. They're trying to give it to you disguised as a bill, a check disguised as a bill. If you look at the numbers that are underneath, you'll see. So if you look up strawman and the land maritime law and that, you'll see that all of these things that are being done are to our detriment and they're good. And they owe us big time. So at some point, there might be a world-class action where everybody's asking for their money back, which has been stolen by these people. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but I am saying that that's what they've done. And that's the truth. I'm not lying. So the information is out there for everyone to see. Nobody looks at it, nobody reads it, nobody understands it, nobody takes the time to ask for it. But at some point, Father will take it from them, and make it known. This is why. This is why you haven't taken from me. Sure it does, Sophia. They are also, but the Egyptian two-faced deity that Solomon built a place for. Did you know that Moses was a mason and Pythagoras was a mason? I don't remember. I climbed them though. Carried my nephew to the 39 steps to the top. That must be those steps that Rocky climbed, is it? 354. That's a lot of steps. 300. I wouldn't make up 354 steps. No way. How many steps does it take to cross the Madison? Oh dear. One, and it is in a single fluid motion. And I am and trusted as a mason. Well, everything started as a mason, to be fair. So, but you got the evil masons and the good masons. So there are masons, that are good, and there are masons that are bad. And those masons that are bad are found out, and the masons that are good are upset that these, etc., etc. And my father-in-law was mason. So, I forgot what I was going to say. Dang, where did that go? Tell me what it was I was going to say. So the good masons are upset that the bad masons have done what they've done, because it gives masons a bad name, obviously. But this is all connected to the Vatican. The crimes against humanity which will have to be. See, it's not about me trying to get people to suffer or punished or whatever, but it's about doing the right thing. If they don't want to stop or won't stop, then they're going to have to be made to stop. It's that simple. To the point that whatever method is necessary. The reason all the things have happened is because they're supposed to happen. At some point, as is already written, something bad's going to happen. Unless can be persuaded for it to not happen. Because the power over life and death, if this person has told us, this being has told us that others will come that will do more wondrous things than I, the person that created everything, more wondrous things. It will be very simple, very simple. I better not do it. I'm not going to do it. It will be very simple. I don't want to do it and say it at the same time. To just get rid of these people, these beings. I'm not lying. It will be very simple to get rid of these beings. Everybody deserves a chance to have the best life that they can have. Everybody, everything, including the animals. Doesn't need evil fuckers going around destroying the earth or the oceans or the air. But at some point, as in the chase, the message will come back, enough. Enough. You are not, as Jackie Chan says, you are not understanding the words that are coming out of my mouth. You're not understanding me. You cannot win. Cannot win. And you cannot affect the future. You can't do it. It's written in stone or set in concrete. Which means, if enough is enough, and I think we're at that point where enough is enough, if those people won't listen to the truth, then they will have to be made to understand what that means. Even if I had no power, even if it's not me, whoever it is just needs to say the word to the power, and it's done. And if you don't believe that, and if you don't believe the rapture, because it might not be the way that it is, and it might not be that the earth, is destroyed by fire, because the chosen ones might be the fire. Even if you don't believe those things are going to happen the way that it's said, It will happen. We know that because of the, what's it called? Mandela effect, excuse me. Different timelines, realities, things change. Without knowing, without understanding how, without understanding why. But in our minds, in our recollection, we know it was different. Excuse me, confirmation. We know it was different. We know the monocle existed on the Monopoly box. That man had a monocle. And now there's no monocle. We know McDonald's looked the way that it did, the M on that. We know Mandela was not alive, and yet he was, and so on and so forth, which is why it's called Mandela effect. We know these things. So the matrix has been changed. Listen, it's important. Either by these people who are playing God or Father. If it's these people playing God, they're going to be stopped because they are not God and they don't have any power over the children of mum and dad. That's not how it was set up. We are all equal and we have dominion over the creatures. That's how it's set up. Now, it may have been set up that there are people that oversee what's happening. Not to lay down the law, but just to oversee the universal law of the day-to-day living of human beings on the earth. Because earth is a school and you're able to learn whatever lesson you wish to learn as long as you don't hurt anyone. Simple enough. Simple enough. You can do whatever you want. You can have as much fun as you want as long as you don't hurt anyone. Preferably not yourself either. You can have as much fun as you want as long as you don't hurt anyone. You can do whatever you want as long as you don't hurt anyone. Which means there's no sin. There's no sin. How are you supposed to learn between good and bad? How is it supposed to exist if there is no bad? It's supposed to be yin and yang, everything balanced. If there is only light and no dark, if there is only day and no night, we'd all go loopy. So there has to be light and dark. So not bad things, dark things will happen. Or bad things will happen. But they're not evil. They're not meant to hurt anyone. It's just a way of being. It's just a lesson to learn. Excuse me. And so we go through life. And we're not all saints. And we're not all sinners. Me, I walk the grey line. I walk in the middle. I might do a good thing one day, a bad thing another day. What some people consider bad. But it's just another lesson that I learned. A good lesson, a bad lesson, a bad lesson, a good lesson. It doesn't matter. No guilt, no shame, as long as I'm not hurting anybody. I don't care. If I am not hurting you, and by hurting you I mean physically hurting you, not talking about your I'm a victim, look at me. Not talking about that. Not talking about you being nosy, sticking your nose where it doesn't belong. Not talking about that. Not talking about you wanting to be better than everybody else. None of those things. I'm just talking about me being me, letting you be you. That's it. And the only being that is going to judge, don't care whether you call him Father, Mother, Source, Universe, angels, ancestors, whatever. Don't care. But the universe, the universal law, that will decide. Thou shalt not kill. I think everybody knows you shouldn't be doing that. Thou shalt not steal. I think everybody knows you shouldn't be doing that. I don't know how far that goes in the universal law. I wasn't there to write it. Or was I? Can't remember. But there will be a new book. Not plugging it, I'm just saying there will be a new, maybe Forrest already wrote it. There will be a new book. And it will be the truth. As it was supposed to be written. The truth is already with us. In scripture, Dead Sea Scrolls, blah, blah, blah. But it's how much of that has been tainted and how much of that is correct. So, is it Sefer? So there's different Bibles. The original scripture will have to be written in, the different languages as it was written, not as it was changed. And I don't mean in the way that, it's wrote that you can't understand it. Because, I hear when some people say stuff, I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? I mean, it has to be translated in a way that you can understand, but in a truthful way. YHVH, Yahuwah, doesn't mean anything other than that. All those words around that doesn't mean anything other than that. If that's what it meant, then that's what needs to be written. But written in a way that they can understand it. Not changing the words. If it says, our Father in the heavens, more than one, then that's what needs to be written. If you have free will, you should not be doing anything for Father. You should be doing things to please you. He gave you free will to do what you want to do, to learn what you want to learn, to be who you want to be. And he will be happy with you being you. As long as you're not hurting anyone else. As long as you're not hurting yourself. In that, just like on earth, with your mum and dad, whatever, or most people's mum and dad, you just love your mum and dad, and you do things that are correct, or supposed to do things that are correct. And sometimes you don't. And you will be admonished for doing those things that you don't in a normal household. I'll talk about getting a beating and stuff like that. That's the sort of household that's going to be happening in the future. Hurt people, they say. Well, there's not going to be any hurt people. And moving forward, hurt people will inform authorities, carers, that they're being hurt. And that person will be advised on how to move forward. So there are no hurt people hurting people. And people will be taught how to not fall into that trap of being a hurt person who hurts people. I'm a hurt person. I really am a hurt person. My childhood was not a good childhood. But I don't hurt people. In fact, I would argue with my own family when they would hurt people, which is why I ended up fighting my dad with a knife. Well, he had the knife. I was fighting my dad, says he didn't hurt people, not anymore. And I'd fight my brother when he'd hurt people, or brothers. Because hurt people don't have to hurt people. Hurt people have to heal and heal people. So I think I'll leave it there because it's just going on and on and on. You know what I'm like? And water the trees up high. Uh-oh, what was it? Jason. Hello, Jason. Hello, hello, hello. Why are you blue? He's blue. Uh-oh, that's not right. Oh, that's right. Add as a moderator. How are you, Jason? Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, by the way. I know it's, a day early, but happy holidays, however you say it, whatever it is. And I mean that, I want you to have a happy Thanksgiving confirmation. The trees sometimes get too much water in floods, though not expected years ago. Oh, more confirmation. The meanings are found in the pictograph, which has the original language. In Egyptian, some hieroglyphs were determinatives, but with some being literal meanings. Hey, he's blue now. So, again, I'll go back to we've been lied to. So, all of the translations will be gone over because there are some translations in the hieroglyphs that they say they don't understand what they mean. They understand what they mean. And we don't get the full story, but there is a full story, like the throne and that of Isis. So our history is a lie and religion is a lie in order that these people can live a lie. Going forward, the truth will be the truth. Good or bad, it will be the truth. And we will accept the truth for what it is, whether it's yourself, history, your neighbours or whatever. They are who they are. And as long as they're not going to hurt you or hurt other people, let them be who they are. Shouldn't be judging them. Nobody should have any stones. None of this, chuck your stones and hiding your hands behind your back. Or stabbing you in the back and hiding your hands. Excuse me. We're not supposed to be judging people. We're told that thousands of years ago. He who has not sinned, cast the first stone. And again, I don't judge, so I don't have to forgive. There's no forgiveness. You're already forgiven. Apparently somebody died for us. All our sins are forgiven. So I don't have to forgive anyone. But I don't judge anyone. So how can I forgive you if I don't judge you? I don't care what you do. You are responsible for you. And the shit you're in, you put yourself there. And if you didn't put yourself there, find a way of getting out of it. Remove yourself from whatever it is that is causing you the grief. Call back your power, break all the contracts, break all the bonds, cut all the cords. Do those things. Tell the world, the universe, Father, what it is that you want. Believe it, mean it. Know who you are. So going forward, nobody can fuck with you. Be honest with yourself. Accept the good things, accept the bad things. Chuck everything that doesn't serve you out. Get rid of it. How I do it is the best way, I suppose, because it's done there for a reason, is every time I go to the bathroom, I ask that everything that doesn't deserve me gets taken away. It's not for my highest good, and I don't need it. Let it go. People, memories, whatever. Don't worry about it. And if they can't accept it, tough. If they mean good by you, they'll accept it. And they'll do what they can to make themselves a better person. Not for you, for them. They don't need to change for you, they need to change for them. If they don't want to change, they don't want to change. It's up to them. Don't make somebody change for you. Don't let somebody try and be something they're not. That's why these relationships, end up bad, because you meet, you're all lovey-dovey, and you pretend to be something you're not. And then after a few weeks, months, years, you fall into the person that you really are, and that's not who they met. Be who you are. If they love you for who you are, all's good. And if they don't, you won't get too long into the relationship before you separate. Win-win. Life's supposed to be easy, simple. Difficult, but not impossible. You decide what Father thinks of you. No one else. Nobody else. You. And you will reap what you sow. Won't be anybody else's fault but yours. As long as you accept shit, you'll keep getting shit. As long as you keep talking shit, you'll keep getting shit. Tell the world, the universe, Father, what it is that you need. Excuse me. I don't need anything now. I expect my life to be a certain way because I've asked for my life to be a certain way. And that's what I will receive. And I know people are trying to, not remember, I'm talking for all the people like me that have been through what I've been through. Even if there are people trying to delay what's supposed to be coming in, they're just making my life better, all the people's lives better. Because in that delay, more comes in, because more's coming from them. Remember I said before, your effort and your time, I love that. That makes me flipping younger, wiser. Your finances that you spent, I love that. Thank you. That makes me richer, and so on. Everything that you're doing, you're wasting. You could be spending that on yourself. You could be keeping that time. You could be keeping that money. You could be keeping that youth, energy. You could be keeping all that for yourself. But you're giving away to the universe. Whatever you want for someone else is what you'll be getting. If you want them to be without a home, that's what will happen to you. If you want to get in a car accident, that's what will happen to you. If you want to be without money, that's what will happen to you. And it doesn't matter how much, I'm not kidding, it doesn't matter how much money you've got. It doesn't matter how much money you've got. If that is what you wanted for someone else, that is what can happen to you. Trust me. Trust me. I don't care. I don't care if you think that you have that much money that it couldn't possibly all go. Yes, it can. And it will. And if you want to test it, test it. Don't come crying when it's all gone. $15 trusted. You have to stop now and do something else. Change your name to Forrest. Hey, Jason. Cool. I like that. Except you spelled accept wrong. So I don't know whether to believe you. Did you do that on purpose? I accept, not accept. So you're basically saying you take everyone out, accept all of you, accept all of you. I accept, which means I remove you all and love all of you that are left. And not, I actually accept you and love all of you. Happy holidays, you crazy Forest feathers. Yes, indeed. Happy, happy, happy. Happiness is a pot. Oh, I didn't get that memo. Thank you, you too. You too. Ah, is that Bono? Oh, no, not that you two. Another you two. I'm just getting warmed up for the war chest. Money! Hello, hello, hello. Oh, definitely wave there. Good to read you. I hope you're well. Happy holidays to you. Exactly. That must be an advert. Who are they? Exactly. What's exactly for? What is the war chest? Is that JCB? Or is that something else? Am I missing something trusted? I'm just getting warmed up for the war chest. Don't know what that means. K-I. So, in the thrill of the chase, we were led to believe that there is an excitement to going on the hunt, which, you're not going to deny, even though those words probably don't mean what you think they do. They probably mean something else, which is why Forrest said, yeah, I'll leave it as the thrill of the chase. If we want our best life, we attract, we don't chase. You don't have to work for it. It will come to you. Which means the thrill of the chase, the American dream, is a lie. To keep you under the illusion. You don't chase, you attract. You set off your frequency to a point that's high enough that you're able to bring in everything that you can imagine. Everything that you can imagine. And Father has to have an example. He has to prove to everyone He is who he is. And he has the power to bestow on people the gifts that they deserve. See, that's what happens in some of the stories in the Bible. People didn't believe. And then miracles happened. And then they go along with it for a little while, then they didn't believe. And miracles happened. But in this new earth, the miracles will happen. We will learn the lessons and we won't need to ask for miracles. We'll create our own. Because ye are all gods, we're told. Others will come that will do more wondrous things than I. And therefore, just like mom and dad, as you grow up, you're able to fend for yourself. You don't need mom and dad anymore. Excuse me. So you can make your world the world that you want without, hang on. So you will still be asking, but it will be coming out of your imagination. You will create what it is that you want. And it will come from the universe, from mother, from father, whatever. It will come down to you. So it manifests in the unseen energy and then comes down as matter. Everything that happens in our life has already happened. It's happened in the unseen, which moves faster up there than it does down here, which means they're way ahead of us. And they already know. And they already know because what happens up there happens down here. And when I say up there, it doesn't have to be up there. It could be along there or along there or wherever it, but it's the unseen in a different realm. Continuum. Continuum will do. So it already exists. You just can't see it. I told you before, this is everything. All time, space, the whole lot. Everything's happening all at the same time here. Until somebody went, no, let's have time. And now this is the beginning, this is the end. And you have to make that long journey. Whereas before you knew everything. It's all happening all at once and you were able to coexist in all of it at the same time. Nothing is as it seems, and words don't mean what others think they do. Oh no, how am I supposed to work all that out? I can't even tell what half of them are. Don't go, stop. Tick tock, curly whirly cuckoo. Is that a compass? Mario the Divine. Oh no, don't know about that. We're all divine. The issue is we are energy within matter. And the energy has the ability to do lots of amazing things. But the matter part of us doesn't realise. So I talk about the Holy Trinity as me, myself, and I. myself being the conscious part of me that lives in this world, this 3D world. I understand everything through what I consider to be my brain. But the I is the spiritual side of me that is able to communicate through all space and time and do weird and wonderful things that I don't know. People call that the subconscious. And then the me is everything. It's all of it. It's all combined. Once I'm able to understand my conscious mind with my subconscious mind and communicate to everything and everyone, whatever, through my heart and my mind with one voice, I'm able to speak to the unseen. So the heart is not just a muscle that pumps blood. And your gut's not just your gut. Like your whole body is it's obviously living and breathing, but it remembers everything as long as you allow it to remember everything and give itself time. So get out into nature. It's called grounding. Get out into nature, you ground, you heal, you take in the synchronicities, like you're being spoken to all the time through numbers, through events that happen. And when you tune into it, you can understand what it is that they're trying to say. Or you'll see something and then, hours or days later, what you saw actually, takes place, or the numbers that you saw mean something, or whatever it is. I know that goes down the spiritual route, and then you go to like that type of Buddhist look on life or whatever. But if that were true, that was the right way to do it, then they would have already done it by now. And the excuse is, well, it takes years and years and years. Does it? Does it need to take years and years and years? Or are you just trying too hard? There are a lot of people out there teaching you how to do things. Remember, Forrest said, you're here in this, what's it called? Lecture, he was giving that lecture. He says, you're here listening to these people telling you how to be an artist or whatever. They didn't make it. That's why they're teaching you. How good are you going to be listening to somebody who didn't make it? Just saying the truth. How good are you going to be listening to somebody who didn't make it? The person you know is Jesus. He made it. If he did these things that it says in the Bible, like he was doing the do. Please listen. These spiritual people who say it takes a lifetime to achieve enlightenment, the person you know as Jesus was only supposed to be 33. Didn't take him a lifetime to be able to walk on water and raise people from the dead, and etc., etc., etc. So someone is lying. Again, it all goes back to that. I am the truth seeker, speaker. I look for the truth. Most of the times, you just find the lies. When you weed out all the lies, what's left has to be the truth. If the person you know is Jesus, Yeshua, not Yeshua, Yeshua. If that person existed and did these things, he was spiritually enlightened. and was trying to teach people how to be spiritually enlightened, and had disciples, including Mary, not his mom, Mary Magdalene, who knew how to be enlightened, even wrote a gospel or two. So it does not take confirmation. Confirmation it does not take years and years to become enlightened. It takes understanding of the truth and being aware of the lies. Because, listen, if you are following the lies and believe them to be truth, you will never get to where you're supposed to be going. You will only get as far as the lie ends. The only way to keep moving forward is to walk in truth, authenticity. Don't worry what anybody thinks. Be you and follow the truth, and the truth will set you free. Excuse me. So, if you are authentic and you believe the truth and walk in truth, remember, I am the life and the way. The way is the faith that you have to walk in, follow. He doesn't want you to follow. He wasn't asking for followers. He was asking for leaders. He was asking for people who could show the way. Life is water. So if you can walk in the light, that doesn't make you any better than anybody who walks in the dark. If they're doing the same journey. There are dark chosen ones as there are light chosen ones. And they want the same thing. Dark is not evil. Evil is evil. Dark is just a different way. Some like dark chocolate and some like milk chocolate. It's just the way it is. So if you walk in truth, so if you search for the truth, like if you only go with the truth and you don't take on the lies, you have half a chance of getting to where you want to go. Excuse me. But if you accept anything and you don't care whether it's a truth or a lie, you're not going to get very far. So unless you're like Yeshua and you are spiritually enlightened, you shouldn't say that your way is the way. Excuse me, confirmation. You should just say, look, this is what I do, and this is what happens when I do those things. Excuse me. But Yeshua could say that because he proved it. He did raise people from the dead. He did, make people see. He did feed so many people with. He did walk on water. He did this. He did that. He did the other thing. If you're doing those things, then you can say, but we're all different. We all learn differently. We all achieve different levels in different ways. So what is right for one person isn't going to be right for everybody. But the basics will be the same. If you wish to speak to Father, Source, Universe, whatever you want to call it, you have to do it in the correct way. First, you have to know yourself. Know thyself. It's important. Once you know you, nobody can tell you who you are. And nothing they say or do can affect you. Break all contracts, all cords, anything that doesn't serve you, you get rid of. And there's your start. And then you have to focus on you want the best for you and the highest good of everyone else. How you go about that is up to you. But you need to be aware that if you're trying to tread on people, you're going to get trod on. If you're trying to lift people up, then you're going to get lifted up. If you want the best for everyone, and everyone else wants the best for everyone, then at some point, even without you wanting what's good for you, something good will happen to you because somebody wanted it for you. But you should want the best for you anyway. But even if you don't consciously say, I want this, this, and this, and this, and this, if everybody wants the best for everyone, then someone is wanting what's for your best good. And that something will go out into the universe and it will come down to you. Or across to you, or wherever the universe is, or it's not really the universe, but the heavens, the universe, whatever it is. Once you make that imagination a reality, you'll see it in the 3D. But whilst it's in your imagination, wherever you're sending it, you have to believe that it's going to come to you. Hurt people don't have to hurt people. Hurt people have to heal. And once they heal, confirmation, once they heal, they will be the best healers because they've been through it. They understand it. They know it. I never understand why they say hurt people. I know why they say hurt people. But if you can recognize that you are hurt and that the things you do to other people are because you're hurt, you can heal. If you understand the triggers that upset you, then you can heal. And those are the things you have to do to get to know yourself. And they will make you cry, and they will make you angry, and they will make you go through a whole load of fucking hell. But it'll be worth it. Because in the hell, remember, as within, so without. So whilst you're going through hell internally, it's because your outside world is the same. Once you get to the point where internally all is good, externally all is good, and you become peaceful because you don't have any issues. And the issues you have, you can alchemize and transmute because you understand them. You know what they are. People want to project themselves onto you. If you don't know who you are and how you feel, you don't know what is you and what is somebody else's projection onto you. What they're feeling, what they want you to feel. Once you know you can go, hang on a minute, that's not my thought. I don't think like that. And then you rebuke it and send it back. You don't want it. It's not for your highest good. Fuck off. And the only way to heal is to do those things. And once you do those things and know who you are and get rid of everything else that isn't you, that you don't need, you'll find that everything that you want will find you, which is the I don't chase, I attract. Once you become the best version of you, spiritually aligned, the chakras, bottom to top, are all in alignment, everything that's meant for you will come to you because you're deserving of it. And you haven't got to fear nothing because you have the power to move mountains. Even though, you could turn yourself into water and go through the mountains anyway. But fear is the enemy. They want you to be scared. Don't be scared. Nothing to be scared of. No one has any power over you other than you. Father gave you free will. He doesn't want power over you. He wants to help you. When they put training wheels on your bike, it's not to make it look stupid, it's so you don't hurt yourself. You have to go through that process. If you join the army or the police force or whatever, you go through lots of drills and lots of bad things. It's not to hurt you, it's to make you capable of doing the job that needs to be done. Because without going through that, you're not going to survive long. You can go through life saying, oh, I'm the victim, I'm the victim, I'm the victim. Or you can go through life saying, thank you for that. I needed to understand that. I needed to know that. I needed to get stronger. I needed to get wiser and be grateful. There's a lot to be grateful for. So I thank you for watching. Some people, most people probably don't like what I'm saying, but it's the truth. There is only one creator. His name was written, and it was one name forever. And what he created has been stolen and given a different name. The person's been given a different name. And his son's been given a different name. So as when the Saviour is supposed to come and save us, the Son of Man, you're going to turn to the names that you know, God and Jesus, and they're false, as you are told in the Bible they would be. You were also told that somebody would walk into the temple and proclaim themselves God. And they may well be God, but they are not Yahuwah. They are not the Creator. So they can claim themselves God, and that may be true. They may well indeed be Gadriel, Gad, or whatever, Baal, whatever name they want, which is the same name as God. But they are not the Creator. And any miracles or deeds that they do are not from the divine, not done out of kindness or love. They're done out of ego and a narcissistic behavior, done out of pride, make you believe that they are the most powerful being that anyone will ever see. Fall for it, because we all know what happens. All know what happens. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Does a ham and a cheese sandwich in lie taste more like lie? Where does the treasure lie? Oh, that's what the poem is called, or something. No, where the treasure lies. That's the original name of the poem. Where the treasure lies. I don't know. In the imagination, which is not a lie, or it might be a lie. In the imagination, it probably tastes better. We had a ham and cheese sandwich, and then we had a ham and cheese sandwich. The treasure lies here. That's where the treasure lies. People say that love isn't a treasure. Confirmation to where the treasure lies. Satan could never win. Do you know why Satan can never win? Because he doesn't love. And he doesn't give you the truth. And they're the two most powerful things. There's no frequency higher than love and authenticity. It's not really a war. The frequency of light and good is so high compared to the frequency of evil, of base stuff. And so if everybody ascends to the highest frequency of love and truth, then the evil won't reach them. They won't exist in the reality, this reality of truth and authenticity, and this reality of the base level stuff. They won't meet. So whilst this is trying to destroy this, won't happen. Just won't happen. And this doesn't need to destroy this because it can't impact this, which is why it's allowed to do the things that it does, because it doesn't impact this. But this base level doing the things that it does, as bad as it is teaching people at this level to rise, not wanting to be down here, wanting to be up here, and giving them the skills to achieve that, which is what people want. They want to ascend to the highest, point to be a master. So if you're in this base level struggling and having bad things, the more love and truth you bring into your reality, in other words, love for yourself and truth about yourself, the higher you ascend. And the more you leave these people behind, and the bad thoughts and everything that you have about yourself, leave them behind and you ascend. If you can't do that, you'll stay there and you won't ever reach that level or this level or this level, because you're not prepared to do, the dark night of the soul, or you want to take shortcuts and you can't take a shortcut from here to here. It doesn't happen. Now, what people did was, because they're in this level, they didn't want to do the work. They covered themselves in this type of person with their energy, and they falsely raised themselves up and managed to become rich, famous, blah, 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 because they're covered in this energy, this beautiful high energy of love and truth. But because they're not very nice people, this energy, who knows the truth and knows love, says, yuck, I want nothing to do with you. Probably not in those words. So now they can't elevate because they have no creation, imagination in them, being the beings that they are, or they sold their soul, because their soul is giving them the imagination and the understanding of this higher plane. So because they haven't got that, they'll lose everything. So they think they're up here because they've used all this energy, and then they drop. Because now they're not covered by this energy anymore. This energy knows it's just being used by this year and doesn't want anything to do with them. So now they're here, looking up and going, "Oi, come back, come back. We want to be up here. We want to be up there." It's like, no. If you want to come up here, then no shortcuts. Do the work. Do what I did, because I was down here with you. So I know it's a simple way of saying it, but that's how it is. You have the M mark on your palm, looks like it. Yes, I have. And the cross. And I have the mark on my head. I don't know if you can see it. It's like, no, you can't see it. It's like some Egyptian or Hebrew type. Not that line across there. It's like it goes down here, up there, and then a mark in here. Yes, I do have those marks. The crescent moon as well. You can't see. Can you see it? I think I showed it the other day. Maybe that, it won't work that way, will it? But the half moon and the half moon thing there. So yeah, and the cross and the other thing. There's a cross up here, cross down there, the X. And I'm an Aquarius, and my name is Mars or Mary, Martyr. I am the god of war, the lady of peace and love, and I am the martyr that cried many, 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 many tears that were heard and seen by father and mother. The Like I say, I don't judge anyone, but it's been a shit journey, and whatever anger there is, and I've had some angry moments, is more to do with what's happening to the children, the women, men around the world. How these evil people use energy and consume humans. But the hardest part was calling out God. Now, I mean, such anger that he would let these things happen in the way that they happened. and that the untruths that were about and the things that he said and wanted people to do in the Bible, he couldn't be he couldn't be the true divine. And if he wouldn't do what needed to be done, then I'd do it. I'd fucking do it. If he's not going to do it, I'd do it. And like I say, you find out that he's full of shit. It's not God. It's not Jesus. It's not Allah. It's not Lord. It's not Jehovah. It's not Yahweh. Like, the stories are all fucking shit. Yahweh fighting Baal, it's the same fucking thing. Hubal is a pagan god of Baal. Abraham was in that place beginning with Q, which is where that Hubal comes from, and put him in that black fucking Mecca bullshit that they think that the evil things that they do are what a divine being wants. It's like crazy. It's like, are you serious? Like, he went from, a few people to thousands because he promised them, the raping of women and the flipping gold and the stuff that they got when they killed these people and did stuff. It's like, you base your religion on that. What? And you're saying that that is what God wants? Get fucked. And the other stuff you read and you think, no, 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 no. And then you understand it's written by bad beings, evil beings that just want you to feel a certain way so they can control you. Then you wake up and you're not angry anymore because you know the Father of creation has only one name, and it's not Lord. So half the time, what they're saying has nothing to do with him. And so you just have to worry about like the Psalms and the parables and the stuff that are meant to heal you and tell you good stuff. Not the stuff that says it's okay to kill. It's okay to wage war. It's okay to destroy creation and destroy his children. It's okay to break perfume over him instead of helping the poor for a year. Like, what? The fuck is that all about? Because the poor will be here forever. No, the poor won't be here forever. And you should know better than anyone than to say that, because you know that every person has God within them. Not God. God, the divine being God, not the main God. Even a poor person has that within them. And they can create their own reality and they can be whoever they want to be. And if you're this guru teacher, you know that. So Yeshua didn't say that. He didn't say that. The poor won't be here forever. There shouldn't be any poor. There's enough money in the world to create the Elysian Fields, is it? Is that what they call it? The Greeks? Or Nirvana? Or Utopia or Shangri-La, Elysium. I nearly said Ethereum then. Yeah, just, and now I'm not angry anymore because I know the real Father is here, and I know that we're all good. The truth will be known. Heaven on earth. Overnight. 10 to 15 years. Don't do anything more for more than 15 years. Trust has just said 15 years. So, thank you. I'm definitely going. I say that and then somebody says something or writes something, but this time, thanks. Happy holidays. Have a great Thanksgiving. Don't burn the turkey. Don't drink too much. Well, I mean, drink whatever you want, but don't end up suffering by doing that. I know it's tomorrow or today. It's mine. Your tomorrow. It's my today. Wow, that went quick. How long have I been here? 332. Oh, that could have been 333 in another few seconds. God, Frank was here. He'd be like, "Oh, you did that on purpose. You're stopping now on 333." Just, I'm not. But it's cool. So thanks. It's good to see you. Speak to you. Whatever. Take care. Or be going to sleep now. Whoever that was. Trust. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks for being here. Ciao for now.